What's up, everybody? Viper here. Today I'm playing Empyrion Galactic Survival. And I recently came back to this game because they've had quite a few updates. They've added this whole extra systems or galaxy map. Like before, you would start out with, just a system kind of like this, where you had a regular planet with some kind of water on it, and then a solar system would have all of the different metals that you need and everything like that. You just have to warp around to each one. But now they've added a galaxy map. So you have, all these different solar systems you can go to, and they all have, different planets and asteroids and all kinds of other stuff. And one of the things I do love about this is that you could build your ship kind of however you want it. It's kind of like Space Engineers, but it doesn't seem as complicated, or at least to me it doesn't. And you can also pull off ships from like the workshop and everything. Like these are the ones I already have downloaded. But you got bases, different bases, orbital bases, ground bases. And then it tells you what kind of materials you need. And then you can add them all the materials you need and go to your factory. And like this one right here, I'm waiting for this one to actually construct. It takes 14 hours for this, but it's a big ship. It's not, small. Like these smaller ones. Where's it at? Like this one takes an hour and 20 minutes, 50 minutes. The more parts it takes, the longer it's going to take to actually build. But you can get some that are really small. Plus they got stuff like Star Trek ships, Space Force One. There's a bunch of Star Wars ships, like an SU-30. Just all kinds of different crazy designs that people come up with. And there's some really creative builders out here. Like, let me go ahead and show you the what the workshop looks like. Alright, so here we are in a workshop. We've got you've got capital vessels, which are your big ships, and they can carry these smaller vessels and hover vessels, and you can use them as a base. And like there's 26,000 different designs for capital vessels, and there's just all kinds of different crazy, designs and stuff that people have come up with. And then you click on them, and you'll end up subscribing to them. Like this one looks pretty cool. Like you hit subscribe, and that's pretty much all you have to do, and then wait for your game to actually download it, which only takes a couple seconds. And you can go for small vessels, which are the little like fighters and stuff, but you can actually have these, you can turn these things into really big ships as well, miners and transport ships, or small little fighters, or like this little cargo pod. There's just so much stuff you can actually do with this game. Little hover vessels, so you can skip around a planet. You got to keep these on the planet, whatever planet you get them on. But you can use small vessels or capital vessels to move these from planet to planet in case you want to like mine something, or move your base or whatever. And then they have bases. Let me get rid of this. And these are pre-built bases, and then all you have to do is build them in that little workshop in your actual menus in the game, and then you can make yourself a little White House or whatever. Now I'm kind of a blocky builder, but there are some really talented people out there that's come up with all kinds of different things for this game. Let me get back in the game Alright, we're back in the game, and this ship I've actually built myself. I didn't want to wait, like, you know, a whole day to, for something to construct, like real-time hours. So I ended up just farming all the materials and then building this because I needed to take out one of the POIs in space, and it was some kind of dreadnought, and it was kicking my butt every time I tried it until I built this thing. But let me go ahead and open the guns on it. So pretty much I focus like all of my weapons on this one side, so I could just face that towards the enemy and then get all the weapons going pretty much at once. And it's done pretty good so far for taking out the enemy POIs, which there is enemies in this game if you're playing PvE. So you're gonna have to, you know, fight stuff. And I haven't really completely finished this because, like, I didn't even put no lights up in here. And then I built this little miner thing, but like this ship right here, this MCRN, I can't remember who it is that actually built this one, but they are like an awesome designer, and they've got all kinds of crazy ships like this where you can actually go up inside them, and storage and refrigerators and all kinds of other stuff. And then people's made this ship, and then this other big one. And then this is, I like this little javelin because it's one of the little starter ones that you come out that that comes with the game basically. And this is another, I believe it's by the same guy that created that MCRN one. And this is just my basic little fighting ship. Got me a little medbat lab over here. You can transport to places, which is kind of cool. Like if I want to go to oh, what's going on with this? Why can't I transport? Maybe I gotta go to the base. And then I built this little space station just so I didn't have to worry about power, because if you build in space close to the sun, you get a crap load of power. Alright, let's go back and turn off my jetpack, get inside my hangar bay. I also built this so I can actually design ships inside here. And I built that stupid miner so it would fit inside that big ship that I was just in, so I can mine out asteroids and everything. And then you can get these little dudes here that you can make sit in here. And I still got to put lights and you know, decorate it, but I just haven't got around to it. Let me turn on my teleporter. Because these teleports pull in a lot of power. So let's go to which one is it? Alright, so I can go to this orbital training station. And there's actually AIs in this game. There's enemies, and then guys you can have as friends. Like there's Zyrax Empire. They're almost always the enemy. Talon, Polaris, Pirates, Creel, and a Traders Guild. And if you have, I guess, human players, you'll have that as well. But there's just so much to do in this game. There is a little bit of missions, but there's not a whole lot. And then you do have, you know, a certain inventory spots. You can change out, like, let me get back to the main menu. Why did I save it here? Alright, there's all kinds of different settings you can change in this thing. Let's just start a single player game, and then we'll go to survival, and then we're gonna go to difficulty settings. Now you can change all this stuff to start equipment, so you have like very limited stuff or a lot of stuff. Keep inventory on death, player progression. You can speed this up, slow it down, whatever. Alright, you got degradation speed, food consumption. I mean, you could turn this off if you don't want to deal with it. Oxygen, same there. Temperature, resources. You know, if you want to have a whole lot of resources, pump that thing up. And then plenty. Auto miner depletion. I always have this as false. That way my auto miners will just keep on, you know, getting resources from that one node. I don't have to keep going all over the place. But it just depends on how you want to play. Difficulty, you can up that up. Drone presence. On certain planets, you'll have, you know, an enemy, usually the Zyrax. And there'll be drones that'll actually come and attack your base. So you could turn that on, turn it off if you want. And then if you want them to actually attack your base, you could do that, or not. And then constructor, there's just so much stuff you can actually change. Now the this mass volume, most of the time I have this on false, just because I don't want to, you know, I like to be able to carry a lot of stuff. I'm kind of a hoarder. So the stuff you put in your ship isn't going to really affect, you know, if you can actually take off with your ship because you're overweighted. But if you you know, want realism, you're probably going to have that on. And in the CPU points, they added a CPU system, which I kind of thought was going to be complicated, but it's really not. And you can have that on or off, it really doesn't matter. And then you could change your the planet size, starting locations. There's just so much in this game that that I like. Alright, I'm in one of my little ships here, and we're just gonna go ahead and warp to another little system. Now your small ships are only gonna be able to warp inside, for the most part, one system. But I can go to like this planet here. And then where's it at? Over here. I think I should be able to go here. Yeah. Alright, we went warp. Oh, this might be one of the bad planets. I don't know if I should have came to this one. Hopefully this ship's got enough power, because some of these planets have like extreme gravity. Well, this ship's actually a pretty cool little design. You can't get in the back or nothing, but it does carry quite a bit of stuff. Going in sideways. Alright, we're gonna make planet fall. Let's see if I'm falling. Now we're good. And there is enemies on some of these planets. Like, there's different, like dinosaurs and big spiders and all kinds of other stuff. Oops. And then you got different weapons and different tools. You can mine the ground. Like if you want to dig way down deep and have your base way underground, which I like to do, especially on the first starting planet, because of those drones. You can flatten terrain. Once you get this nice drill, you can do all kinds of different things with the terrain. And then the building, you have all these different blocks, and you can turn them into like squares or triangles or all kinds of different shapes, and you just got to play with them until you get, you know, what you want. I better turn my shield on in case somebody starts shooting at me. Is there anything on this planet? I didn't even check this planet, really. Yeah, I did. Because all these things are showing up. I don't know why it's not, whatever. But this is just a little taste of, Empyrion. I probably am going to do an actual series on this again, since they've added so much stuff. And I was thinking about renting a server, but I'm not really sure how the settings are for the server, so I might end up just playing on somebody else's server till I figure it out, or if somebody wants to help me with that, let me know. But I think that's it for this one. This is Empyrion Galactic Survival, and I'll definitely be playing this a little bit more. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.